Hello and welcome. My name is Amanda, and today I wanted to do something a little different on my channel and share with you the story of Ronan's adoption. So the day this video is going to be posted on my channel will be April 27th, which is what was decided as Ronan and his litter's birthday. So he is going to be 3 on Friday, and I'm feeling like a sentimental mom and just wanted to share his story. So that's why he's co-starring in this video today. So I bought my house in, what was it? I think July of 2014. And I've always lived in a house with dogs since I was born. So when I moved into the house, I had roommates. My first set of roommates had a cat, and so did my second set. And I was just really missing having that loving companionship that dogs give you. So I started thinking that I was ready to have a dog in my life, and I would be able to take care of one and all that good stuff. So I started looking on PetFinder, Craigslist, at my local humane society, just everywhere. I was taking my search pretty slowly because I didn't, like, having a dog is a big commitment, and I'm not the type of person to rehome animals. So I really wanted to find a good fit. We also had to be pretty careful when we were searching because of Maddie. So I kind of had to have a pretty narrow age range, puppy to like young dog, so something under 2 years old. That way we could make sure that they didn't have any bad habits or any aggression or anything like that. So especially when I was searching on PetFinder, I was searching by zip code, by I was searching by breed for a little bit because I really wanted a curly-haired dog, and I'll post Ronan's PetFinder picture and you'll see why I fell in love with him. But yeah, so we were searching by zip code. I wanted a male dog, a little bit by breed, and definitely by age. So the search was going all right. I had emailed about, I think, 2 other dogs that I had found. Both, even though they were showing up in the search for zip code for my area, they weren't actually adoptable up to Washington, and they were, I think, actually both in Georgia. So I got denied on both of those. I don't think I even submitted an application, which is fine. Like, I understand them not wanting to stress the dogs out any more than they have to by transporting. So I kind of got to a point where I decided maybe I should foster before adopting a dog and see how that goes. So the week I was going to turn in my application at my local humane society to foster dogs, I found Ronan on PetFinder and just knew by seeing his picture, by reading his bio, by seeing his name, that he was my dog and we needed to be in each other's lives. He is from San Antonio, and I found him again on PetFinder. The rescue that he is from is called God's Dogs Rescue, and he was being fostered by this wonderful lady and her husband, Debbie and Ray. He was part of a litter that I don't really know his backstory too much. They were abandoned from what I can tell. There were 3 girls and 2 boys, and they all had, except for the other boy, they all had Hunger Games names. So Ronan was PETA, and bless likes you. And that's part of the reason I absolutely just fell in love with him, was because he was named after one of my favorite fictional characters. So I believe that he and his litter were in the room to be euthanized when Miss Debbie and the rescue got the call, and this beautiful, amazingly wonderful woman named Rachel was able to take in the full litter and save them from being euthanized. And then they were put under the care of Miss Debbie and her husband. And I can't even imagine what life would be like if I had never known him. It makes me extremely sad that, especially in the South, humane societies are kill shelters, and that dogs only have a limited number of days. But anyway, that's not what this story is about. This is about his adoption. So I emailed on July 1st of 2015 that I was interested in him, and I got a phone call from Miss Debbie the same day explaining their adoption process, how to fill out the application, the fee for adopting him, all that stuff. So I submitted my application, and on the 2nd, I was notified that my application was accepted. So, you're silly. So, in order to get him, I had to pay the adoption fee, which was $400. That included him being current on all his shots and vaccines. He was microchipped, he was neutered, and it also was the transportation cost. Because, like I said, he came from San Antonio. So I paid that adoption fee, and at that point, his profile was taken off PetFinder, and he was officially mine. So then Skylar and I had the longest deciding time ever to figure out what his name was gonna be. I kind of really liked PETA because, again, of the Hunger Games No Bark. Skylar wasn't so keen on that. I wanted him to have kind of an Irish name because he's my little ginger, as you can see with his eye spots. He's also got freckles everywhere, which didn't come until basically he was exposed to the sun and got older. Hey, no bark. We're filming a video. I know. So I really like human names for dogs and animals. I think I wanted to name him Seamus. I wanted to name him Henry. I can't even remember what else at this point. But Skylar was actually the one who chose Ronan, and I just loved that name as soon as I heard it. I thought it was perfect. My roommates at the time, they said, pick a name that if you yell it, it will like still sound the same. It'll sound like their name, so they'll know to come. So when I told my roommate what we had named him, he was standing out in the driveway and just screamed Ronan. And he's like, yep, that'll work. So that's what we went with. Ronan's not happy because there's a bird outside. That's what we went with. So then it was just the waiting game, getting ready for, I mean, it's like having a baby. You have to prep the house, you have to get everything you need, all of that good stuff. Come on. So we got him a crate, a bed, some toys, some treats, a collar. I think on July 8th he was only 6 pounds, and for reference he's now almost 3 years old and he is about 50 pounds. So we got all that prepped. I believe we were supposed to get him on July 21st or 23rd, something like that. Um, but basically, their transport vehicle is a horse trailer that they converted and put in crates so that they could transfer up multiple dogs at a time. Um, so their air conditioning in the trailer broke, and so obviously they had to fix that. It was the middle of summer. So delivery got pushed back a couple days, and my mom actually went with me up to Walmart in Federal Way, which is a little bit of a drive from my house, and waited with me. Transport was late again, and I was getting really nervous and thinking, oh my gosh, what if this was a scam? What if they just took my money? What if I'm not going to get my dog? All of those thoughts were going through my head. But then we saw the trailer pull in, and I was just so overwhelmed with joy and happiness, and I could not wait to meet him. My friend and coworker at the time actually got his sister Katniss, which I'll show you a picture, but Katniss was the all brown one. And so she was down in Austin for work at the time. So her husband was up there, and Katniss came off the trailer like maybe one of the first 10. And I didn't get to see or meet Ronan until the second to last dog. And they had probably 50 dogs, I think. Maybe 30 that got off on my stop, but they transport up a lot of dogs. So I had to wait through all those dogs to finally meet him. And I think it's partially because Miss Debbie didn't want to let him go. She was really sad about it. He was one of her favorite pups, and so she wanted to hang on to him for as long as she could. So we got him. He hung out in my lap on the entire drive home. We got home probably close to midnight, and I had to go to work the next 2 days. So he went to work with me. And his first night, I let him sleep on the bed with me because from, San Antonio to Washington is quite a few miles. And he was in a crate that entire time, except for when they would be let out for walks and stuff. So I let him sleep in the bed with me because I didn't want him to be in a crate anymore. I wanted to build that bond already. I wanted him to trust me. So, and if you can tell, he trusts us. He's a leaner. So yeah, let him sleep in bed with me, and we woke up kind of early the next day, which was a work day. I got out of bed and was like seconds from taking him outside, and he peed all over my bed. So it was a good thing we woke up early because he got a bath. I had to wash sheets and get myself ready for bed. So for the first couple of weeks and months, he got to come to work with me, and I'm so thankful that I have a job where everyone in the office is accepting of having a dog there. I think it really helped to socialize him. At the time, my coworker was bringing in her dog as well, so he also got to socialize with another dog and play with her, and they were best buds for the longest time. I'll actually try to insert a video of them being crazy and playing. Yeah, so we did that for about 3 to 4 months, I would say. And then I started crate training him when I would leave for work. So I would put him in the crate and come home for lunch and let him out and change his newspapers and stuff like that because we were training him to hold his bladder. So it actually took a little bit of time to train him to hold his bladder. I think it's supposed to be like for each month that's an hour. So at 4 months, they should be able to hold their bladder for 4 hours, which was perfect for coming home on lunch. But yeah, so we worked through that, and now here we are, almost 3 years later, and we have seriously the best dog that anyone could ask for. He is very intelligent and very loving. He knows, we haven't taught him a lot of tricks, but he knows how to sit, lay down, shake, and stay. He's the neighborhood watchdog. We have a couch with a chase, and the chase sits right against the window. So he sits there all day until we get home, and most of the time he naps, but he likes to watch the world go by and make sure that no funny business is going on. He's got a surprisingly big bark for the size that he is, but he doesn't bark often, which thank goodness, because I don't know what I would do with a dog who barked. Some of the things he loves are snuggling in bed at night with us. He likes to be able to touch both of us at the same time. He's not happy unless he's touching both of us. He loves treats. He loves toys. He loves his Matty Boy to the ends of the earth. That kid can seriously do anything to him, and he does not care. He lays on top of him. He folds him in blankets. He plays keep away with his toys. He roughhouses with him. He sticks his fist in his mouth, and like, this dog does not care. He loves people so much. He will bark when someone first gets to the house, but if he's not let out to see them, he goes bonkers. He just wants to be the first one to greet everybody. At the dog park, he cares very little for the dogs there. He just wants to meet the owners. He loves hiking with us. He's really good. You're not supposed to do this, but we let him off leash until we see people or other animals. And he won't take off. He'll run up the path a little ways and then kind of turn around and look at us or run back. He loves my parents' dogs. They have 3 little dogs who, in their own way, love him, but, you know, it's kind of an unbalanced scale of love there. Some things he hates are when I play the violin, and he's not so keen on the bath until you start like massaging in the shampoo, and then he just melts. But he doesn't like the idea of the bath, but he does love after the bath when he gets to run around with the towel and be a crazy dog. He gets the rips and runs all over the house, jumps on the bed, jumps on the couch, runs around the kitchen table. He just goes bonkers after a bath. So yeah, that's kind of our story of him. And then I just want to share with you guys what breed he is. A lot of people, when they first see him, they see his eye spots and they just gush over it and say, oh my gosh, look at those eye spots. They're just the sweetest things, and blah, 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 blah. It's like, yeah, I know, that's why I picked him out. But he is a gorgeous dog. So if you're familiar with PetFinder at all, they do have breeds listed, and they thought that Ronan and his litter were spaniels mixed with fox terriers. But I wasn't sure that was so right. He didn't, I mean, terrier obviously, but he really didn't have like the spaniel look to him, maybe just with the coloring and stuff. So I bought the Wisdom Panel 2.5 canine DNA kit on Amazon. I think it was like $75 or something, and you just swap their cheek. And what came back is that he is an American Staffordshire Terrier mixed with a Chow. So, just to kind of show you what this looks like, one parent's side is all Staffy, and the other is all Chow, which makes a Staffy Chow. And then we've got mostly Staffy on this side, and then unknown. So he's pretty much a Staffy Chow, which I guess you can kind of see. I mean, especially the Staffy, we kind of thought he might have a pit bull breed in him because he's got like the moles, you know, where like little hairs pop out. But he also has like kind of the square face of a pit bull. And then you can tell he's a Staffy because his like tail fur is longer. He's got the super droopy, ridgy mouth like a Chow does. He doesn't have any blue spots on his tongue. It's just a pink tongue. But the coloring of the Chow really shows in all of his spots. So yeah, that's what he is, and that's our story. I'm still trying to get him a sister, but someone's not budging yet, so maybe at some point I'll have another adoption story update, but for now this is us and this is Ronan. So I hope you enjoyed. I believe wholeheartedly in adopting, and it's something that I'm really passionate about. If you have any questions that I didn't cover or about specific PetFinder things and what I noticed when I was looking on PetFinder and stuff like that, please leave those in the comments below. I'm also going to link puppy videos of him that Miss Debbie put on her YouTube channel because I can't download the videos and put them in here. So yeah, if you have any questions that I didn't answer, please leave those down below. I would love to know about your animals that you have. And if you want to see more videos with Ronan in them, please let me know what you want to see. And I would be more than happy to show off this stud some more. So that's it from us for now, and I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will chat with you in the comments until my next video. Bye!